to say that science communication, science engagement, scientific discussion, scientific debate, scientific criticism, scientific offensiveness sometimes will not be closed down. It's fantastic to have with us today a personal hero of mine, Dr. Singh.
A physicist and an astronomer go on holiday to Scotland. They're in a train, they cross the border, they see a field containing a black sheep. The astronomer says, look, all sheep in Scotland must be black. Physicist is a bit more accurate, says, no, only some sheep in Scotland must be black. The mathematician shakes his head, looks at the other two and says, no, gentlemen, all we can say is that there exists in Scotland at least one field containing one sheep, one side of which is black. So, that kind of rigour, it's that kind of thinking that makes science special. It's that kind of thinking that innovates and brings us new ideas and new technologies. And Britain excels at science. Just beneath our very feet are two wonderful examples of science. 1858, the great stink sewerage was going straight into the Thames, and Joseph Bazalgette built the sewerage system that runs under our feet. And not only does science and technology keep the nation healthy, it actually saves its very existence. If you go 100 yards down there and go 100 feet underground, you reach the Cabinet War Rooms. And in there you'll see a door with WC written on it. Now it's not a water closet, but it stood for Winston Churchill. And he would go into that room, pick up the phone, be connected to an encryption system in the basement of Selfridges and talk to America about the Allied offensive. So cryptographers, mathematicians, engineers played a crucial role in the Second World War. And of course the breaking of the Enigma code with Alan Turing changed the course of the war. If the Enigma code hadn't been broken, then the Battle of the Atlantic would have gone on. We'd have lost more ships, more men, more materials. D-Day would have been delayed by a year. During that year, Hitler's V weapons would have rained down on the south of England. That would have delayed D-Day by another year, costing lives on both sides. So you can see how science and technology is vital to this nation. Interestingly, the story of the Enigma never became public until the 1970s, and people wonder why was Enigma, the cracking of the Enigma, kept secret for 30 years when the war had ended? Well, what happened was, as the Allies swept through Europe, they collected literally hundreds of these Enigma machines. And of course, only the British senior government officials knew that the Enigma code had been broken. So they brought all these Enigma machines back to Whitehall. And then they started ringing up governments in Canada and Australia and started saying, look, we've got hundreds of these Enigma machines, would you like some? And of course, Britain could break the codes. A few years... it's just, you've heard so many examples, from the 3 Nobel Prizes this week, to Alan Turing, to the sewerage system. Science is absolutely vital to this nation. That's absolutely clear. But I just wanted to end with just a slightly more personal example. That just after the war ended in 1950, my parents came from India to Britain. They emigrated here, and the reason they emigrated here was that they could see that there was tremendous opportunity for their children. If we were ambitious and if we were fascinated by science, there was no better place to be. This is the land of Newton and Babbage and James Clerk Maxwell and Darwin. This is the place to be for science. And sure enough, as I grew up and I had an education system, I went to university and I did a PhD, and then I went into science journalism. This was a wonderful place to be, the best place in the world for science. But now, today, we face Britain taking a severe backward step. Meanwhile, in India, things are moving forward. There are more graduates in science and mathematics and engineering than ever before. There's more funding in India for science than ever before. Just like there is in Singapore, just like there is in America and in Finland and in Germany and everywhere else. So hopefully, with the thousands of people that are here today, we can get the message through to George Osborne that science is vital. Thank you very much. Thank you.